Alright guys, so sorry about the White Knight video today, but today I had a chance to see the new Christopher Robin movie, and I actually have to say guys, it, 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 it was actually really well done. Now, just a little fun fact here very quickly. It's actually the first live action movie I've seen in 15 years. So, at, 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 at least as far as actually physically seeing in the actual theater itself. So basically the movie starts off with Christopher Robin, sort of um, spending one last magical day in the Undertaker Wood with Winnie, Tigger, Owl, Rabbit, Kangaroo, and everybody else in the Undertaker Wood, but before he goes off to boarding school. And Pooh basically asks Christopher a promise that no matter how old he gets, that he'll always try and remember everything that they've done together. So Christopher, at the time, still being the young kid that he is, says, "Oh, Pooh, I'll still remember you even when I'm 100+ years old." And then, obviously, guys, Chris obviously goes up to boarding school, but during his time there, he does still keep the memories of the Undertaker Wood and his imagination very much intact. So unfortunately, Christopher is eventually sent home from the boarding school for being less than enthusiastic about his studies, but eventually he starts working for Win for Winslow's suitcase company, which is once again a suitcase company, and eventually he basically turned into the typical adult that doesn't have much time for his family, and he doesn't even think about the Undertaker Wood or Pooh or any of our favorite furry friends from the history of the Undertaker Wood, and because of that, Pooh and all the others basically wait until one day Christopher is actually supposed to be going away to his old summer cottage to take the missus and his daughter Maddie on a vacation, but his boss says that he has to come up with a new plan for work, or everybody, including him, is gonna get laid off. So Christopher decides to send his wife and Madeline instead, but in doing so, he finally once again comes across the entrance to the Undertaker Wood door, which is obviously the door that Christopher would always use. So eventually, so 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 eventually, Pooh and Christopher Robin eventually find each other, and then Christopher obviously asks the generic reaction of, "Oh, I haven't talked to you in 30+ years, you can't be real," and blah blah blah. And then obviously, of course, Pooh eventually gets on Christopher's nerves and tells him, don't you still have time for fun and imagination? And then Christopher's obviously like, of course not. Of course not. I'm a grown-up now. I'm not the same person that you remember. And basically, guys, without Christopher's magic of imagination being there, the 100-acre wood has slowly but surely begun to die. And and just the overall irony of the whole movie is it's Pooh's and everybody else's optimistic way of thinking that ultimately gives Christopher the solution that he needs to get promoted with the suitcase company. And I have to say, it truly was something special to see, because unlike a lot of live-action movies like this, all characters actually spend an equal amount of time in both settings, but a large part of the movie, guys, luckily takes place within the 100-acre wood. It's only within the last act of the movie that everybody enters London to give Christopher Robin the important drafts that he's had to gather from work to basically have ready for his big meeting with sort of the board of his company. And like I said, if this meeting doesn't go well, everybody's jobs is basically right out the door. But once again, guys, it's the 100-acre wood gang's sort of optimistic way of thinking about things that ultimately wins the day. And at the end of the movie, Christopher promises that he's never gonna leave Pooh or any of the other guys ever again. And real quick before I wrap up, guys, I just have to say a few things about the voice acting. Eeyore, Tigger, and Pooh, outstanding. Thank God that they actually got Jim Cummings to come back and reprise his role as these three legendary characters. And I especially think Eeyore, he was the real comedy guy in this, with basically being the depressed and I don't give a shit one. And Tigger's the same old Tigger. Now, in terms of everybody else's voices, I think that they could have done way better. But overall, guys, Christopher Robin was a really interesting movie. And remember, as Christopher and the 100-acre wood rule always says, nothing comes from nothing, and never stop imagining.